After 1 year, only 2 out of 12 no prosecuting. And in Tiemko, can we say that? Can we say that any genuine or incompetent? Money laundering. What this security sumudra went me for dance yama o si we anam ne nsa so ma man Ghana yaboka went me for dance yama. So the question is dear na high court regional so the sentencing no kwa do edibo ni nyina the prosecution failed to produce evidence.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
And that's one. Court of Appeal acquits and discharges former Maslock CEO Sedina Tamakloe. It's breaking news. Abba, no. Appeal Court, 10 years J term, 2024. De Emma, Madame Sedina Tamakloe, no. And one in two legal team, the lawyers, the court appeal court, acquitting and discharging, no. Actually say 2 years they know ni Ghana runaway convicts but ya dey e buy no wafa emra kwan so ama court say e kwan ya wo fa so a wo bu a yeso nkodam efinhia edu no ni nyina wo abagu esan say prosecution no charges a ya level ya against Sedina Tamakloe no wo ntimi approve say odi ho for some parampara say causing financial loss to the state. Sikajutri dia na nya asem ketware no kora say 78 count of offenses: stealing, causing financial loss to the state, money laundering, and the improper payment of public funds. No, woman ntimi angada enough evidence na e was a judge kro no ejina so e hye se won de fiase efihia edu enti no ya akwete no discharge no say and say woman woda o say he no woda o onko fie na onfa no nkokoti. Madam, ja, utiri nkwana ne ensam no ba na eboba. Same? Eyo wanwa.
Me enya me wanwa.
Enyo wanwa.
Etenya me wanwa ne say. Se okohwe charges a omode bo ma me we. Se causing financial loss to the state. Se on negotiate a business on behalf of government. Na suspect say why inflate the cost. One committee taxpayers' money to paying that. But you suspected that we're inflating the cost. When MPP took over, the predecessor, and I said, Nipo Bedi Nadia, or no, and the con negotiating no Kukuchias idea. But in Tomujina, so the sentencing and they say, one no who said it was political persecution. To acquire no, I saw maybe you. Your free court to win what means had any Emma before judgment. If we default. Anybody go so. And it's also 78 count.
Say unim say udi bemodia. Adentina court na grant so ko sure where ya there na ko ya wamba.
Nane. Ya there. Ghana for yende radia say ena haban asesa. En obi e di adanse e de coso court system en obi e hu say na wo court obenya justice. Obi a hu say ne this is the right time one metimi akoko to metimi enya justice. Because and you knew be a year control the same remote. The Chief Justice was one you can't control him. Like Araba Tokunu. You who say MPP etia bemu before electoral commission crowd bibi bebasi eba be we na yenya that communication from the MPP General Secretary and National Chairman. See the case called Supreme Court na electoral commission na MPP involved. 2024 election electoral commission so ba be limited voter registration exercise. Date now was share you know. NDC any 5 other political parties say centers na electoral commission so kwa registration no enye enough. Okofa the CI no a ye dey etro dey no a CI ne say be obi tro ni dey bia no ho no so to abanti mbie mu no obi anko. Because of that MPP NDC plus 5 more political parties went to the Supreme Court. Ekosiki injunction. Omukwa ena the then former Chief Justice Araba Tokunu woni ho what the communicate ekomo omo say they shouldn't fix date until so no beba.
Yeah.
Oba no be fix date no fix here air after the registration cry Aisha here. And the electoral commission here the registration we and san oba be set data ye kwa trans whether or not there was a need to place the injunction or to listen to the petitioners. That's what MPP can do to a judicial system. Enti maame no why smart ehun said the cause no o ma bo mu trim poso mo di ni betum not because we are committing any crime to koye no ama na mo bu na ten
but same say you can say here because na akwakoye say who a politician who hold any public office bia na say bia o party co-opposition near prosecute near jeliwa o party ba power ye beja.
Okay maame mfa maame die na me mfa wontu me die amfanto omoti me dia dance bi ko kire court because hwade say court of appeal or court of appeal enya afa ne ko sha ase akopa dance afufuro ba bia ba o asem ne edi no high court no a edi mu atemu aba no court of appeal sa asem kro no ante be kwa ko say o nipa na wi ni sa dance ni na dance obedi ye wo prosecutor wa dance a wo de ba ye kire say nipa na wo bo no kwadu no wa yemfum so wenti emfa no wa dance ye behwe o cross examination o toto adansini no ano ye hwe sai na mani nyina na court na tena se wu so okay o ka se kwabena manu awia mobile phone court wonum ye bisa no no wo se wanye nenso so wa odi kwadu bo no wo de adanse ye ba ye kire se wo wia phone no enti mo judgment no high court no de mae no the same proceedings no be go through no mahwe utie court of appeal asmo kan wa say kwadu edibo ni nyina no the prosecution failed to produce evidence enya sa no kai wose wa wia sika wantimi amfa dance ama money laundering wadi sika si sumdwa wantimi amfa sika ama wantimi amfa dance ama osi wa anam ne nsa so ama man Ghana ya boka wantimi amfa dance ama. So the question is edien na high court ni gina so the sentencing no because wo mu a enke ne kofa judgment no a ye kofa court proceedings na kasa evidence ni nyina will come to play. Now the court of appeal case went to me. It means they couldn't produce any evidence. And that didn't say, Jina, you won't to me 20 years. Didn't you want to me? Ako, yes, you want to me Ako Forest Reserve. Wako to Sika Coco, one family class was saying to assassin. Was said to chat a bayansa as a crowd a man crowfoot to form a good year, save you any miracle. Ayano cray, and I said, Yano cray, ye call court no, I don't see be daddy. Would to me nankasa ji to me say no ma will be who kwam ani wura forest no say onkonko ye den onko no onko siesie asase no
ma den minister so
ma the den minister no ote so be ka say eye illegal so in the first place we call the forest reserve adanse o kire say ampa woni to me krata obo remo adanse o kire say ampa o ma kwa ma nkrofo mu ni to me ewura forest no adanse o kire say wo ye Ghana nimpo na say wo mra say obetu foma gudi a efoma gudi concession e dia ma won uni hu kwan say wo hand over the mother foreigner but won to me did it adanse o ho no enti say ne ye ka say court of appeal say they won to me appeal ya omoko court anya afa ne be kofre won to me so mbegina da kam say meto tuna no process no court proceedings na high court no eno an e be na I'm very sure say by the time we won to me na appeal be na wie no say 5 years na high court judge ne toto nche no be sad na dia ma because he committed the crime to the fullest and won to me fan toto ho enti ye ko ye ne kofa maami eye Sedina ye ko hwe mu na ye hu say the prosecution eye aban attorney general then court proceedings no say o ka say wa bon kwadi wo the dance aba enka court of appeal ma meka nche say o mantimi am produce any evidence enti na meka nche say political persecution.
Okay well ma di we dey aba putuprumu na aba nti o say o ka bie so because I say no
ma nka me elections asem
o be so be ka we breaking news nti na okay
I don't want to.
Okay we be so u berem because ya na be ha ko yet say ase ma ba be mu prosecute mu opponent na mo crofo de mo release wo but wo de selection na the head who come
one person na ye di chachuchi katatum
former president Kufuor
one person and a court say ye paper crime free your history me say chachu ajeli no is it the same court chachuchi kata and o man penila Kufuor ye de no court we di asem we di bem president Kufuor said that President Kufuor making new appointment. Emi de chetu tumu.
Okay.
Chetu ekoye ekoda mu wi ayi no obaye no. Okoye court tena ti follow process ne ka say ekwan fa so jail no nye. Emma sa judge no akoma President Kufuor appointing no ebe su ipa chetu chew. I mean, you see a paper if you record them. So you see what the political party, abuse of political party can do.
Judge, Henry Taban.
So he was politically influenced.
Okay.
And no more passing judgment on innocent Ghanaian. Chachuede no to a fias.
Okay.
And say be okotrapano kotre say.
Let's home come.
Before that, Minister for Local Government. Nana, have you taken time to the argument, from the beginning anyhow conclude?
Yeah.
Illogical. One say all kasa bibisa. Is it? Nana. Supreme Court ruling in say political party be kwa yi frankatuni any obia obekwa ko primacy be kunya I was obi a registered member be and it to abani bi. Okay. Yen for a political party like NDC. So what person obey the member of a NDC as a political party. Now can register you misal your political can say your tribal or your ethnicity. Kasa wo kan kura free mo. Ye misal. Se breno so na NDC yes omo kwa akoto obey branch executives are. Nana obi bia wo ye member a wo good standing no. Utimi contested. Okay. No man for now has no matter about man. San crofo no and omo to aba wi a omo abeto aba eyi constituency executive NDC as a political party ye misa was a kasa be na o kasa free majority tribe or another minority tribe once we present here akoto aba to aba man you enye appointment. Say appointment that now betimi akase okay maybe you ensure the regional basis. If you clock over the constitution talks about regional base balance and not tribal balance or ethnicity balance. Okay. And it is all the catcher me say a bebuama a minority group be omuntimi nkwa me nim the person waka. As if say we seek to promote tribalism and as ethnicity when it comes to this election and democracy. That is not what the law says. And in tip nasemo ka mi huniti ena mi huni nine ena mi huni sa say yo ento asumu. Yes bra NDC as a political party enye discriminated na minimum say na political party bi asotie. Yen kase kasa be na wo kan sane ama akwa ma contest in the first place. Okay. Yes, kwa koto abayi frankatuni. Frankatuni e kwa ko iri no obi bia wo ye NDC ni bia okuta membership card utimi to abama na yeye. Enti no majority tribe and minority tribe no ehinfa role be play. In a sample ni player 2022 NDC call National Congress ko to abayi national executives. Mami anita di so after the election any akoto aba yankan hu say NDC o mayi voter angrafo nyina afri mu national executive no ye to aba ti angrafo nyina no refi say regional secretary ye onye se bi ofrafrani ni nyina akire no na ne koto aba NDC won 2024 election with the biggest margin ever. Oka minority and majority 2012 election over Ghana population say beka say account for na doso yeah Ekufuado no ya kani mama no yesiwni yekoto abekusi sen Ekufuado we name 2008
Olusuye
the same thing yeah. Account for within accounts no kra na asante for doso sin infante for Nana Ekufuado make us belong to the majority side when it comes to the accounts. But at the end of the day, Professor Must won. And to this kind of tribal thing or person the Bemuno me who ni team who nine. Okay. Say appointment now can want some dia. Fine. Even the appointment, the constitution talks about regional balance and not ethnicity. That's the point I want.
Madi, eba sa ruling na Supreme Court de buy no so. Your system no. I say no, your Ghana cardi. Eno ne membership eno ne Ghana ni kada ekura no a utimi di reba bia ye wo system a eye universal ebetimi a coordinate and as properly ebetimi ye use a ebetimi identify say same hunto eye NDC pure NDC member otu educe because the way your system ni sitie no enko for how family that bia
oh David your system we use so okay you add this data just to guide you. But this year we have membership. As of now, they were registered. You can identify yourself in NDC. Okay. And here will be. So as for the data, it's for us to work around the data. Okay. loopholes and
okay.
For party, I can tell you, say, once we want to implement this one, I can assure you, say, we'll do the best thing out of it. Because you are learning out from the past.
Okay.
Mistake. In fact, we should branch elections this time around now. This is the first time ever you go 100% online.
Okay.
This is the first time.
Process fast.
100% online.
Okay.
We pick nomination, we file it. In fact, even approving and creating even the album, we are still doing it online.
Okay.
Even the human interface, but not direct. We are there. We input not and far. We have a way to even reverse it for you to correct all those things. See, reduce tensions. It means that when you improve on it, getting your data right, people will accept it to use it for that. You might obey.
Okay, because they say no, sir. Really, we say, "Man, I'm the best start you." Okay, MPP parliamentary we use by presidential. We do map home. And then we must finish the day before. But parliamentary. Okay, so after some call elections, Montana elections, and I'm about call parliamentary.
Yes, it's a parliamentary.
The parliamentary, as I said, this new way say no na mube use. Now presidential so more use.
At the same time, yes, in data, and that is where among first 30 a projection of a candidate to win. Because you are now going to know the data. The data been amount for year pushy the guy. So I want to restart our. I hope you understand me.
Yeah.
So at times when you say,
we say less than 24 hours, another pool baby.
Oh, so it's when we try telling people say your policies and your program based on the timer, because all this while in a pool when they lead, I believe by now you can tell yourself say assistant.
Sir,
who you should delegate in the year? It's a delegate in Kobio. So you are now going to start the whole process as to who to lead. Okay. That's why we asking say among for change to the timer guidelines to show why in a qualifier to contest elections. Then you can now do based on those who qualify. What did I say? Then you can now project those people. But for now, there are certain agendas there. So for me,
who say agenda?
That mean you see, some pools can set agenda.
Okay.
Some pools can set agenda, and if you don't take care, America will buy a pool against a country to direct your movement to some area. A projection, I say, then you follow and fall into there. They can even once we are fighting about this law of tributary issues, they can bring you a pool and say, do one and invest in Sikamo or Kumo. You understand? To divert your minds to something. So, pools, you know. Oh, because of what I understand of the election, I've never considered it anything. And I think that some of our who spoke against such pools, you know, can be vindicated. Say data is very key, and idea we usually a pool is very key. So I can tell you, say the pools will change.
Okay.
It cannot rely on the same structure to give you a projections again.
Okay.
And the best starting from into all those pools now obedient Jumano. It will not work.
Okay.
Yes, it will not work. That one should be. If I any defense of a man say, oh, wait to me, I connect here joining now. Some chemistry. Okay, so I'm saying, especially on this issue of minority and majority there, I still think that it's not something that we should be considered. But you ensure the Electoral Commission at the brain.
Okay.
You ensure the EC, friends, the party so at the back because we are directed say you ensure your regulations. Yes, we know that a be more regulations. We already know say baby regulations. So much say ye be no. If an better abano crapo is key. In fact, in the better abano. Why in the better conduct? But say no mama direction say EC. She play a role. It means that you should have some control. Only before then, now you see supervise elections. They don't conduct our elections, internal elections. It means now
party within the party.
They only supervise.
Okay.
But now, directive after ruling, they will say, are they going to conduct? So conduct here, and no ruling is different as against supervision.
Okay.
That is what all of us are looking out for. or even though time na regulations.
Is in conducted there, meaning say then resources no, and your party in the my is
we will all look at those issues.
Yeah, I mean,
we all look. In fact, even now, you try years as an equation more. But 2015, MPP accused NDC say it's 25 million become easy as a bribe.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the canon. 2015, I was saying into electoral commission. The cost was 6.5 billion.
Okay.
But that time, I'm Rabia and you say, you're fiscal inform accounts more. Because almost say the fiscal inform accounts more. I'm going to be auditors by how because in Rabia knew how to them to hold that money in their accounts to disperse. So we have to now pay the money physically to the electoral commission.
Okay.
So as you can know, because say it is kind of electoral commission at the main section more elections for them. For us paying them for the work that they have done.
Okay.
But I think that this ruling have shown what we have done. Perhaps this time around, there will be some regulation to allow you to pay your money direct into the accounts for the purpose of auditing. And I say, be a state because okay, I will take care of that. The state will take care of that cost. So we'll allow the system to be able to run. See, all these things will happen within a year. That is why I support the wisdom behind the judges, you know. 1 year. Say, young friend, share to be able to do
preparation. Implement the new ways. They say internal elections now. Your friend say we no branch elections. Where we are in
branch elections today. We are just outstanding. Bakumi no be areas in terms of in NDC, which we are going to give a directive for them to complete those ones. Actually, by the 3rd week of August, the album for the constituency elections, you know, we're ready for the process to begin.
Okay, and you know, album ni ba na also nomination no to aso anase.
There will be a nomination for the constituency elections, hopefully in September. You'll be now. You better in October.
Okay.
In that process, there will be region and national.
Okay. It's moving in area. Na next year no na parliamentary beba.
Then no, I think the parliamentary beba.
Okay.
Then next year, na the next level.
The next level
depend where what time that the NEC will agree on the timetable. The next level of reorganization.
Okay. Leadership
of parliamentary candidates and the presidential candidates.
Okay. Okay. I was for Madi Muhammad Jibril, Director of Election, Acting Director of Election, ITD, NDC, and election. So someone who one can be a election was
no friend saying that. But I mean, our friend say what me in so much matter what will be.
Oh, but
he came on that.
Just few minutes.
When I was aware that.
Few minutes. And now Supreme Court other rulings about on special prosecutor, any attorney general, sir, a constitutional mandate, prosecutorial, a power, sir, any other no.
I think that I think it's a clarity about.
Okay.
And on the issue, at least it has also shown say attorney general at all time, you know, our powers. The opposite or more money. So for me, some cases who people are the line say, Nanka, Ebeka OSP, and need that powers, you know. Nanka Betchos are cases so free court, and I think that also will not happen because I believe say Obik or court that Jimmy made. They can say because these cases are the Supreme Court, you know, and the case, you know, so I'm sure they say but it's always good for us to get clarity in terms of our legal issues, and I think we have gotten a government allowing these things happening. This is a minister of states. What the Assembly Court said, I want this thing to be done this way, but court say they be who to me also to me. Some time back, and kind of say, they are buying person over no, uncle yeah. Oh, okay. But it tells you that I think a good system. What people were talking about say they took on free war. Our court system and then I believe that this time around people are seeing the good work.
And they are no crank. Attorney General say no penwa. Can judge bien one more bet me overturning ruling
so it's good for our democracy. In fact, the same lawyer now called Supreme Court on this delegate issue. No, also challenge. Say High Court say na can try elections more. I go find maybe buyer, but I'm not trying to say no. But now that he got it right, he was able to get it the ruling in his favor.
Okay.
And the legal system, at least there's some confidence in the legal system now.
Yeah. So last year, Mudi Ibi by say, person ukuta government position be a person contest here. Resign 6 months. Now, no, me say, and it's really be so about court. No,
so court. Also, party there now, ye running a juma, and ye guidelines. As a party, no. Yeah. Say, ukuta Ginebra or party government. O time when you be piano, and to me, one party jumano enko. And it's all say, as an individual, say, best some party no, and take a position, and the judge appointment to it all, never contest elections 6 months before election. We neck edgy to more. And with that, and I started process of the branch elections. But a member of the party went to court. I say, and no Sam Rano, only for say, Nanka, and where a constitution more. Okay. And on any constitution, money there, and our guidelines didn't use. But the same constitution already, and same constitution, neck that power say be any constitution more, but neck every say a party no, but me actually some run a use so now you do constitution amendment here present at Congress. You do 2 more, but it me the age. Okay. And the court issue so or to dismiss the issue no. Okay. But for now the. As at that time, now they go so for now the per guidelines there. So contest NDC elections now only 4 years, you can't change the guideline. Okay. The same thing, the guideline I can say 1 year way before this time, 1 year you can't be also be given that opportunity. But so for now, we are waiting until vetting. I can say no more silent nomination. Fight to bet me say so a minister see you. And I want to resign, and I said, does it need to be there? They decided. Vetting be decided. But for now, the next level is the constituency elections. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But I know say, Madi. Mr. Madam, I say, I say, who do Sami to stay? Yeah. If you want president, it will benefit me, but Mamma no ha. Now, okay, now because I'm a man, okay. And that's so the kind of was for Madi Muhammad Jibril, acting director, election and IT, my NDC. Madi say, Juman, or Tia, now phone, I am busy. It is a young to us, and we say, I quite willing to come by and far Attorney General. And special prosecutor power seja attorney general say o gini nyina abonebo wo kasa hu bia ene nra ruling foforo aba nana ma yizi on say yetiasi na make catch say and eti ruling na bae no but ruling no so no say na attorney general no per ruling na bae no attorney general esa so wo tumi say special prosecutor prosecute obi a wono ahwe na say o pese o file say case no onto aso a no only prosecutor onto aso a onto aso e say so no ni tumi ni bi e na wapone e de ma special prosecutor na me you see obi akoko to a wo di enti a wo de ko and he say attorney general power to discontinue case and enya nunti na court attorney general nipa wode a special prosecutor ko Supreme Court e friend Kranche I will sue office of special prosecutor and attorney general or say the attorney general doesn't the OSP doesn't have prosecutorial powers we need to miss or prosecute will be na ono attorney general office no a ono see a party to it no he also came out to say yes I was say OSP no beje authorization and the free from one son or prosecuting okay it means we need the petition no ya adwen kro nti wo mo ka say attorney general nyon na court no obi na de call no I don't know what they want to say we need nipa na de court no ya adwen to bi kra betima transfer ka say bi kra wo na oyi wanim share no no call okay but nana mama issue ni say because this ruling, as I've indicated, say under NDC government, nobody controls the judiciary. And you're very simple. Okay. Nana, me have always based my argument on logic, common sense,
any natural law. Very simple because maybe o matru bia no common sense na de tromla, logic na de tromla, and to interpret any law bia na you so use common sense and logic. And me menye lawyer, menye law student. Me papa wan call law school, me ni mabusuani bi o lawyer. Nana, before this judgment I work ya me ye video e man krofo bebrebe di matem. E ma me ka se sasa no a attorney general to no e dangerous. Every omodi OSP because e high court no. Me ka se high court ni gituma what it means ni say e be ka se office of the special prosecutor creation is unconstitutional. What it means ni say since 2017 cases are OSP edi enkrofo a odo makoko to wadi bem yabo binim ka edibi kura koto afiase no san krofo nyina wo se koyi wo mobi agi ni sika bia including the late Labianca wo se ni sika de ma no make on bedi masem omuso da binya sa na tie when the high court gave order say OSP handling cases ahudo nyina de aka emfama attorney general na case wadi nyina is null and void no it means it twa bibia mu na make say now high court do you have the authority jurisdiction to decide say whether the creation of the office of the special prosecutor is constitutional and unconstitutional? Because my come here I say mama call law school say adebe a constitution there a Supreme Court in interpret. Man can't just a high court. But a high court went ahead to declare said the office of the special prosecutor at the decree is unconstitutional. And then the high court in the no that judge no the judgment in the band they found. Now very simple. 2017. Enna under MPP Aban say you create office of the special prosecutor 2017
yeah
and to call parliament Enna act 2017 act 959 and the creative office of the special prosecutor nana very simple office of the special prosecutor no kofa act na clause 4 no or say mandate of the office mandate nature say ejuma office of the special prosecutor ne eba beye okay, I will say, except as otherwise provide in the Constitution, the office is not subject to the direction or control of a person or an authority in the performance of the functions of the office. But say, OSP no, and you be in a better baby at Nejuma onye, and answer to me be in a better Nejuma onye. Over a year for 420 say, subject to clause 4 of the Article 88 of the Constitution, the office shall, for the purposes of this Act, be authorized by the Attorney General to initiate and conduct the prosecution of corruption and corruption-related offences. Was it subject to Article 88? Article 88 in the church say, Ghana will be obetimi akogina o my Ghana anima bu bi kwadu bia no Attorney General. Na Attorney General no ho kwan so otimi mo obi kwan. And it was Attorney General and money to me because Oko CID ne some other state agencies are Attorney General permit to prosecute. Yeah. And I say from the one they say obey here authorization from the office of the Attorney General. Every one no. Enna OSP, the then Attorney General, Mami Roya Kufu, went back to Parliament. And omode act a friend LI 2374 2374 LI and what the court said now constitution is say me as Attorney General me mo bi kwa ma ne prosecute obi on my behalf enti me ba beji to me from Parliament e the office of the special prosecutor to do prosecution enti oko say office of the special prosecution regulation 2018 and the creative office no OSP no 2017 2018 or call for the regulation. Okay, I was a decision to prosecute. Okay, I was say the special prosecutor or an authorized officer shall, upon considering the facts and evidence gathered from an investigation, take a decision whether or not to prosecute. Okay. And the Attorney General then to me, I'm a Parliament, I'm OSP to me say, "What bet me you shushe we on shushe mu wie na won se won be so prosecute a utimi prosecute." So what it means ni say now Attorney General to me na man na Parliament this stamp was sisi no OSP doesn't need a Attorney General say every case biya me prosecuting no wo na be kire me say me prosecutor na say me prosecute. That is it, very simple. Enti aban foforo ba yi attorney general free say I was say samra ne nyemra no obekan ya bra mo court no deputy attorney general beka say I was say OSP ebesiki approval na say or the request ne be approve. So you ni obi a court no na ya adwen say OSP have no power to prosecute. Let's put on record. We had a whole speaker of parliament who is an NDC declare of parliament to say OSP office in creation of a unconstitutional. Yenya NDC majority chief whip Ejina parliament can say unconstitutional, and for that matter omokra the act by the abolish of the special prosecutor. So kind Emma President Mama Kraka said they shouldn't do that. And there's every clear evidence say NDC as a political party, some element and as some leading members say the office of the special prosecutor no unconstitutional. Na nipa no kura or court petition ye first odika petition say ye nyi OSP office no kura mfi honom I friend Simon Avazino o NDC ni or NDC headquarters, but the end of the day no omuko Supreme Court says otherwise. Omuka say one yen declare say office of the special prosecutor na unconstitutional. Two, the office of the special prosecutor has any authority to prosecute case without the tacit approval from the attorney general. When in Yama meaning no Supreme Court says special prosecutor is constitutional. Special prosecutor has power to prosecute. Share the enemy expect to say attorney general free says the office of special prosecutor not normally creating in here. The enemy expect to say maybe you go back to parliament to amend the act. And that's be revoked. Obeka President Mahama by na President Kufuado. I'm here the airline Amakwam and Krofoko Forest Reserve. To go. President Mahama by who say and when you 2 minutes one can say me twem. Here the parliament and you revoke and no one team ko. So I was expecting say if that any general feel say the creation of the office of special prosecutor only prosecutorial powers and Africa unconstitutional. It should go back to parliament. Now parliament no or man said to me no. On revoke and also amend one. And let nobody try to say so Supreme Court to say attorney general can discontinue. Now Ghana for Ebisa say special prosecutor so prosecute will be near that sorry na attorney general say my discontinue not my filing only prosecutor. Ghanaians will ask questions. Why? 1 year prosecuting no and to who attorney general who the reasons beba. It's different from say me investigate to be number about attorney general say me investigate is nipa me twaso and assignment twaso no akase twaso no akase twaso it's different. So shall say so prosecuting the pay na that sorry na attorney general say oh my filing only prosecutor. Now every Ghanaian will ask a very simple question. Why? Nti wo attorney general no oba bedi eka oba bedi Ghana for ka about nchirimu ube chirimu di ntia that case or that particular person should not be prosecuted and now say that case should be discontinued. Anything no amfa enti omo ka nyina no the idea was to declare say office of the special prosecutor your unconstitutional. That will leave no manya. Say special prosecutor doesn't have authority to prosecute. That decision no request no manya. Said the OSP need tacit approval from the attorney general before it can prosecute. That a year relief no omenya.
Okay.
And to let the obin trouble being say a victory. Any victory be ampa attorney general. And any victory be ampa many panel court because court no coin.
You oko sikini
sanka. You know sikini says Supreme Court in reading mrano. Now one can say special prosecutor. We need to me.
Or your investigation in your attorney.
Yes, we need to me in the first place. Christ said the creation of the office of special prosecutor is unconstitutional. Say unconstitutional there, it means OSP office no see abolition. Now, me bisao ebra omo court high court ka say OSP is unconstitutional. And for that matter, the cases are who do away nyina null and void. Case oguso awodi nyina na yemfa nkoma attorney general no. Oh, this are ruling in Ebayen. When Ghana so far, there were some cases na OSP Ediama court asset date our modi ruling Ebeba. Oko Northern region, one of the Northern Development Authority. Nipa miense a prosecutor among corruption. That day we modi ruling Ebeba. Omoko because say ya challenge the constitutionality of the office of special prosecutor no court hold on. Okay. Sa judgment nama. Entine anya no so nko Mustafa Hamid any obi bia na office of special prosecutor prosecuting ni bia no obi aka say wo kura we need to me to prosecute me and we see them prosecute me into all those cases were on hold nana hwana boka
but Sabe office of the special prosecutor 2017-2018 onya legal backing from the parliament ejuma wo ye no ye create ye no making impact the Ghana fro who ye office of the special prosecutor ye no for best yes impact
yes come na day if not in person nye ne says I net here for every state institution holistically objectively now analyzing every state institution including parliament never say a relevant Yamfa office of special prosecutor.
Yeah, me no share what you kura and na court am injunction. They say kura court injunction no kura me nim say ye papo. Say nya papo. Court am injunction.
Say aye na ekoso.
Aye no so koso.
Court say one munya ye bo mu ye. But eno ye the another issue. Me tie. I wish say Sebia me tie chiri no I would have seen much result from a office of special prosecutor. But to be a me who is that doesn't mean say me who is my expectation has not been met, no. And no supposed to translate to me say irrelevant and now say unconstitutional. Two things. Nana says sanity dia wo de yemra attorney general. Oral cases. Omo hande document omo fa ma OSP. Omo de ma attorney general.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 cases and omo de my. Nana enya na no na fe na deputy attorney general be ka say about 30 of them on be hojuma. What happened 1.5 years ago?
Oh, say investigation cost. So what the oral cases to office of the special prosecutor.
Investigation say cost.
Yeah.
No. Last year investigation cost the nyansha say right? The entwa mo ye hwemu. Okay. Last year attorney general be ka say the docket on National Cathedral ready. Na na nma dey for the docket. Docket ne say kwaduboni na ye ni hwehwemu nyina wie okuta na danse nyina na odi nyina gu nkrata so a chese wo na na ma me do kokoto kobo kwadu obuani a mesuso waye ne wa danse a me wo nyina no me do ko ene friend docket attorney general catch last year send a docket on the National Cathedral ready. Nana when stand the trial as we speak on National Cathedral. When stand the trial.
See a train can Furiata.
Nana. When stand it me bow. Attorney general court or prosecutor said can Furiata. Special prosecutor. Oh no see extradite can Furiata Panamrano. What the can Furiata in a court would in in absence. And she say I'm passe a National Cathedral can Furiata has questions to answer. Meba attorney general the can Furiata court. Does it mean say that attorney general ni last year 13 June 2025 and attorney general here press conference with Jubilee House o mampenia try no catch and say we prosecuting nipa maku edumienu on national service scandal obubo obi edi no obi aboni awaye nipa odika boni di Mustafa Yusuf former minister for youth and sports Nana after 1 year afiba ko atwam nipa mienu pe de prosecute omo gift waware any asibe eduna aka no mo we can we say once why wakache so conclude investigation bibi nyina wie after 1 year only 2 out of 12 no prosecuting no and ntie nko yina di can we say that that any general is incompetent and for that matter the office he occupies irrelevant and for that matter we should set it aside after concluding your investigation preparing your docket it start taking you more than 1 year out of 12 suspects only 2 pen are prosecuted. Can we ask that? Is it not fair question to ask? Is it not fair question to ask? And to someone can say, yeah, say office of special prosecutor, whether it's worth taxpayers' money. Dear, let's do some equal analysis about every state institution responsible for fighting corruption and corruption-related offenses. Never will be a living up to expectation. To me, if you ask me, my will be a living to expectation.
Okay.
But that does not justify whether say a constitutional and I say unconstitutional. The bottom line is the decision and a be pushy. Said we should nullify and actually we should dissolve the office of the special prosecutor because unconstitutional, including the Speaker of Parliament, and some NDC leaders, one about Sedina and co, and Womunino, and then the Supreme Court said once a Marocano, a Nyemla. The creation of constitutional. OSP will to me to prosecute. OSP will to me to prosecute without any authorization from the Attorney General because the Attorney General through the CLI 2324 no. I'm to me that to be prosecuted without your permission.
Okay.
And the money clear. Niama kwa mo bia nyina djuma na me say afa ne funu na ni bebie nkrofo behunu me maka say yesi so kote say ma mienu sebi apantuma egu no mo ba atwede wa bonte so a ye misa say hwan ball yonko kane ye bisa say na no asembe ne sie. Now Ghana folks should begin to ask questions. The rift between the OSP and the Attorney General. Ghana folks should begin to ask questions. Some bisa questions now. When I'm moving one adwene etechire the entire Nkrofo sponsor me court. Nana me say entokwa de breba. Adwene na ne say. OSP air prosecuting Nkrofo bi.
Okay.
The Attorney General is not happy about it.
Oh, how?
Do you know that Dr. Sledge?
Dr. Sledge.
Do you know good for oil policy?
Good for oil.
On na yes ejuma no.
Oh, okay.
Sika over millions of dollars. And the finance say, OSP prosecuting.
OSP investigation.
When investigation will crack of confiscating and properties in any assets be brave. Investigations are also. Dr. Sledge is a public known knowledge. So, sponsor Dr. Yeni.
Oh, I know the Honto. I know the say. No, Sammy. Say, what kind of sad dear? I wanted the way you were here for. Evidence for him. I didn't know evidence. Witness of what say because of Dr. Sledge.
Dr. Yeni Lankasa on public record during one of the press conference admitted say yes, Dr. Sledge ever no office ever offer no support for the campaign when A plus. Alleges who are Kojisika or Babetu no to each. But so it's a public record. Nyamina make on one casa jet. Okay, but on one casa jet, my sense to be say Dr. Sledge prosecution 20 and I told you I'm sorry I court to say constitutional powers and I say he said prosecution. NDC Baba ma fini fetwem.
Okay.
Yes, say na ma yamina fa yesinche. Every NDC opposition, NDC oppose the creation of the office of the special prosecutor. Nipa no kasama NDC when it comes to law. He raised questions, challenging the constitutionality of the office of the special prosecutor. And since day one, before Klobe Papa knew him, I didn't think it taking more than 1.5 years to challenge the authority of the special prosecutor. Senko ba no. Year Attorney General by cases are hold one by that than a prosecutor who say we a nina son, one filing only prosecute, one discontinuing. And so no name say special prosecutor office from day one unconstitutional. I didn't know taking over because he was among the first people that President Mahama appointed to him. Will take you over as Attorney General. Why didn't he go to court to challenge it?
Okay.
Never after 1 year, after one special prosecutor. Prosecuting the financier. Debbie, Hontori, what kind of side I'm no one Debbie. Because until based on Dr. Sledge, prosecution won't say because of that relationship with Attorney General, war on Dr. Sledge in Tia, special prosecutor prosecuting it and they want to. I want your kind of side the hot no one yard. I wanted your kind of no one yard drink. I wanted there because what can say speaker crack. Se constitutional ye decree office of the special prosecutor no kwane dey ye ntwem na ye ngu office no ama dafia maponso akabi it is Attorney General so no part and the waka say from day one we raising issues about the creation of the office of the special prosecutor and anything na wo say say nipa na since ye create no send up your friend say you know when Dr.
parliamentary committee on legal and then the constitutional affairs no so a ranking member it will raise issues but that time na who dey way this time who can say be only constitutional powers who challenge your court when you rule. Now Supreme Court they ruling in favor of office of the special prosecutor. Now can say yes, it's
question we say. Once Attorney General was among the first 3 President Mahama boom with the ministers. So or share Juma Secrets and
the time also.
Obaye taking a favor conefa and son or challenging the constitutionality of the special prosecutor.
Yes, what you do? So
idea unim a opposition since 2017, and a unim DMO as a lawyer, unim say a unconstitutional. To Obaye 1.5 years as attorney general, you say you didn't have power then, and now have power. Why do you wait until 2018 good man before you challenge?
Okay.
And do you know when OSP arrested Dr. Sledge? Do you know when Omokokobo in FSH? Do you know when Omo confiscating an asset? So who's that date we are Omo de Chiwomo, a assignment? Who's that date Omo de Dr. Sledge? Eko searching fee, confiscating assets. Now who data ye started say the OSP must go, and for that matter, Yanko Supreme Court to coordinate to me. You understand what I'm saying?
You know, April 2026 way. We say primaries or Ewasu East. Issue sorry, it's a baby.
Yeah.
Then the party decided said that Quebec trust election in our rapport. And that Imrebia knew stronger for you to be able to
okay.
So party this committee say going forward the ensure Mrasem policy say betimi abo and I say betimi aya amanfo and you should seek up a break yeah party internal presidential parliamentary primaries. So whilst we are at 8 and 3 individuals we call court and the NDC case our case no more. Our defend and they say your fuaso say the Supreme Court and really based on the plaintiff ebisa so that we can achieve what they were wanted to achieve in terms of Sika issues in our primaries. And the court really banned around that we were not surprised because it's something that we are looking forward up to that. Say, the NDC will still have gone a step on that area.
Okay.
Because now you started that process, to be able to achieve it. Party leaders so much.
I say a plaintiff now the court down Supreme Court more support
to plaintiff stand.
Okay. And they say not just say and run after ruling no me say hakra na nkrofo ha na really ni ba discuss say ye biemu saade a na just say ne we a card bearing member of any political party awokoyi parliamentary candidate and as a presidential candidate there and just abanu be to be enti within NDC mu no obi o ye card bearing member bia no ebetimi ato abane bi. Yes,
your card bearing one you can carry party membership. Are you active member? So it is in the good standard.
Okay.
The card bearer now. Once you are having the card, your responsibility be with the card, and so bet you will use. Be active. Onye nipa, we NDC ni. Ochina you book the card. You crap. You do crap. We MPP. If you establish those ones,
okay.
Then we are not active in the good standing. And the guidelines will show. But when you talk about in the good standing, nipa or card party membership card, and I say why register with the party?
Okay.
Then also contribute to pay his dues.
What your dues? Hey, limitations one more.
Even now, crapona, you delegate where no crapono. It takes you to pay dues to contribute to participate in activities of the party.
Okay.
Even now, you pay. But one year dues, I want to contest it. Party branch executive.
Okay.
Once you do, sir.
Some media me kuta card NDC.
But when you do, sir, you cannot contest. Okay. Even to the same who in those who will be crap on now, you should be a member what you use.
Okay.
So policy, I need to order that. Until the issue say once we are saying this today, you be denying amount for no. A word that say you use, and a word would use and no place who participate in the process of the party.
Okay. And they say ruling ya be say me ye card bearing member na say me start say me tia me dues ah me start say see from me na ko ya say me start say me tia me dues ah e do hot ma betimi ato.
Okay, so yes, you should be proving say who tia with dues.
Okay.
Over your branch elections even when you are contesting at the point of vote elections you will be given an opportunity to pay your dues. However, it will come from the guideline. At what stage do you have to pay to make you, for instance, a good standing member?
Okay.
So these things will come into the guidelines for the election. But a idea party to go into this.
Okay. Now, say no ekobasa because enra no ne yedi nkoma say esa electoral college na bato ne ye biem enipa bebre beba it comes with cost enti eno no party no ewa hoden anase wokwa akwa parliamentary candidate wokwa akwa presidential candidate na se oman no supreme court ama ruling say ye miem e ma ne otuadu so kuta card ko otuadu so rametu bia party no wa hoden na se oman na je tum sa de a yenko yi sika free futo mra meboa.
Okay, it's part of the debate echo.
Okay.
I believe say a friend draw and a man for starting a beside this second question way. In this idea, Nankobia, sorry, okay, I'll see, won't be able at what you want.
Okay.
Abusing the system.
Okay.
So these are the things that we are looking at. It's a fact, say, it will now cost party more to run these elections.
Okay.
Because now, at the delegate list, you know, over a delegate is for only 360,000.
Okay.
Like every delegate to elect flag bearer. If it's
300,000,
360,000.
Oh, 360,000. Okay.
Now, but because of this, you know, members in Beto Aba, we are looking at over 3 million.
Wow.
Of membership are already registered. Also.
It's all printed ballot papers
and so it will not go higher in terms of managing it.
Yeah.
How do you manage it? How do you do it? How do you be able to fund it at any time? When in a consideration now, yes, answer now. But party will go through it.
Okay.
But we believe it is more for the party to spend more, to be able to do it, to give people more opportunity for the elections.
Okay.
But other question people will ask, how will they really stop it? I will believe if the control is there, mechanism we want to prevent it. I believe that we were able to
prevent.
Someone for you see Sika in the election, but that is the motive behind this. Ruling said not only for member Ibrahim Tuaba, also to reduce scar.
Yes, sir. Delegate for free say official a delegate here. Already see here want the party me to do sabena. But some mami missaw about election say elected candidates near there. You know me near the chira say decision we say no. Say you tria sika pa no e beti me kwa be so baba na e beti me ye free ho.
Nana my first one menchia near for near for na menchia.
Yes.
The boss. And I'm better to hide him say na adwuma na si. Enye free ade pie dia. Ba ku be super. Nana de din kan. My member NDC Samanyoko Abaso.
Okay.
And he say before 2016 elections, NDC shares are the way I say. NDC cofa system be an AFN universal adult suffrage. So be a registered member with good standing, said the director of IT election Kayano. Yama Kwai, Emanan Tuaba, especially a brand new Kwako elete or Muamba parliamentary candidate. In 2016, that system ni Juma. But Emmy said Oman Titan ye and Tiama Kwai, Emani Paboni phobia. Now, or more NDC more, or more person or taking the undue advantage of the system. No, it me importing Crophobi Bray and MPP for member register where NDC more just to give them the opportunity to vote for them as parliamentary candidates. And no can be a contributor to NDC defeat 2016. NDC lose majority seat in parliament. Nanka idea no a good one. So what trade more I said they okay. A money thing say ube to me bribe your way through as a parliamentary candidate because Ghana you doing so and so person call for parliamentary election. Your internal election primary is one spend you need to spend no less than 3 million internally. Cry and sana wako outside they say Ghana for to abamfama. And the NDC before 2016 had this system by some committee media president. But like I said. Oma security na nye tight.
Okay.
And Team Crawford Bray will be a card bearer member of MPP. Now across the carpet, no about the NDC membership card. Said the Bayer or Mon Crawford Modomo Baba. NT NDC nya some candidate 2016 or Moko a parliamentary elections. I know me week because the true reflection of the choice and Nankan Crawford pay.
Because no more ska.
No more ska. Because at that time, if my memory serves me right. Na NDC our registered membership over 1.5 million.
Okay.
Registered membership over 1.5 million. And the NDC since day one, they have tried several times to say this monocracy, any delegate system, no, you bet me a year through by say a baby mo, Nanamina, Echimia Cosinti, and Ra, ruling a Supreme Court to the buyer, no, Namono say a yard part. Okay. Now said the IT director can say a cost. Yes, a cost, because democracy itself is a cost. Democracy itself is a cost. And I'm very much sure Obi be a person who contested to be a member of parliament or candidate in a particular party, especially MPP NDC. No, say be says he canwa whatever commerce delegate no. Obetim de akwa kotubo host. Say be omo hon obi amenya nsu no bi anom sene say ye be kwa koto abayre na we see oye ayawa so by election ye see obi kuta TV, obi kuta fan, obi niama bobonobo na kusua kuta haraba kwesha na funum na enimguase sa no ye see
obi timi hye ne niama wonya ye
yes hye
emu anwa cement
me so by election na ya cha kwache asra ya cha asra oko eye kumawu by election na ye di Gary any bees any CBU wi nyina na ye che because of a year by election. No, that system no. I hope say between. But no him there. NPP be regret say that ruling we are mantem. Because MPP, that ruling we by before MPP presidential primaries. I tell you say, and can yet the candidate MPP grassroots to pay any domain Dr. Baumia. Because me are very sure say MPP as a leaders you know. Who say a day will come and I say it's coming and into more people Baumia. Okay. Because we share system of mode eleti Baumia no a system of create and Kufuado. Yeah. Making sure say ubi bia or align it to a Kufuado any inner cycle no or more any mark kwine. Emo endorse Baumia.
Almost share system no.
Almost share system no. Yeah. She share system no. We a member of parliament pony who say wo. We need the side of Baumia. You're threatening we say we sit here, Beji. And some of them, they cause them. And until they whip them, say we have to tow the way Baumia and Yakufuado corner when I was say we tow. And I would go. Now normally let you the same thing. And until can people structure no? Or more to branch executives. No matter ward coordinators. No matter constituency executives, no matter regional executives, no matter national executives, not new national executive chairman no more bebano, or more setting guidelines. Near the aqua elected the flag bearer. But Omunin says our system no, was almost a marquancy and question about to nothing free the branches, any police station. I likely say from the grassroots, no new faces will pop up. Now new faces in a pop up, it will no favor Baumia because Uncle for no honey and Crawford already near people or more to align with Baumia. Let's use them first. Now I am from Quality Baumia, we are finting because I feel MPP constituency, any branch elections. And to Sankasa ruling whereby it may be a move, say, Obi be a card bearing member of the new patriotic party. Ebetima Atuaba. Deciding who become their flag bearer. I tell you, Senka Baumia can never get it. Okay. But this time, I'll Asim Brigade. Okay. Brigade. On and coming in short and to me. And the idea about one, about why I'm yet many candidate or be representing the interest of the masses. Party for no. Okay. And Kwanko say one the Wusika. Na ye call primaries na ya line no more near the envelope abani a church Baumia DNA na waje Ken DNA and to wa ni sika delegate ni wa utu akese no the highest bidder carries the day. That system no nyina ade to be. Okay.
Alaji minority tribe no eba say e bia constituency ye kwato aba parliamentary candidate presidential candidate eno na eba mu wo hefa.
Ni analysis na meti analysis no. Maybe we'll consider in other ways. But reality is we've been voting in this country. Yeah. We have gotten a candidate from a minority area winning elections where majorities were to man. It depends on the material you send present for elections. We have gotten president candidate coming from a minority region, become president of this country. Okay. So the only time you do this kind of a game, and I say when a internal arrangement and a parties, Okay.
Yeah.
But when it's going to present the person for as elections, I don't see how this arrangement be creative way, because you see, even with the delegate system, the majority tribal, they have a bigger area in the constituency.
Okay.
So when it comes to branches, there are more branch members in that area as against the minority for the war. So it also play. It's already, we have been practicing already, and it's working for us. Okay. So I don't foresee it giving us a problem, depending on how we manage.
Because maybe say Bia or be a parliamentary aspirant for no. Yes, constituency Bia. This say Bia me chrome fijasi aso kore. Na constituency Bia we na ko free izongwa. E ho no mo ye kakra bi. Na so obi so eye akani na wo free Bia fijasi mu a. O say zongo communities na score zongo fijasi zongo. Aso kore ni ada communities ni nyina ya kamfo a. Say wan we betimi a favor obi en favor.
So it means that when you are going to general elections, it's same thing. And some microphone into about in general elections. They will vote in general elections.
Okay.
But the people in that area knows who can do the work for them.
They will lead you.
Okay. It's very key. And that is what we should start thinking. In fact, this is actually explaining why because so avoid where you guys say a problem. Then we can also talk about the money issues. Then it's candidates. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think that maybe, as he said, if you see the ruling, you understand it. It is how parties manage their system. And these issues happen. When you manage the data very well, because loose ends, now for populating based on tribal, that's where you get the problem that we are talking about. But we have learned lessons from it as a party. Mistakes are about the last time more. And I believe we can improve on it going forward.
Okay.
So for me, analysis, yes, in some places you take it, but in fact, that is why in parties, most of the times, say in MP we are open now appointee other ministers and MMDCs, these dynamics start playing. So okay, because we have somebody from this area, now we have the power to appoint. And we election can elect anybody. But when you come to a point, we have the control of it. But it's okay, Mami, in free her, they go to favor these persons. And not only here and 670 more that. But when it comes to elections, if you allow this dynamic to play in our elections, we are not likely to succeed. We are not likely to succeed. It got to a point, I'm not forgetting to say, unless somebody comes from Ashanti region and East region, then it can be president of Ghana.
Yeah.
So it means that every minority regions, then they cannot be president. But people look at the quality. So let's start, if you start moving to push in quality, then people will now understand. So for me, that's why I always have a problem. When people always want to say, even presidential, once a region has taken, say, region and your presidential from this region, the next election shouldn't be that region. It means that we are having a rotation in terms of getting our leaders in those areas. For me, I think this ruling will not give us that challenge. Okay. However, it is how the party manage the system to elect their candidate. In that case, are we saying when we choose majority group, then the other opponent also choose from minority. And the minority is good, the guy is good, they will not vote for that person. So there's no statistics actually say, because you bring in only the minority, that is why you didn't win. It plays though, but I believe that we have to work towards a move of that level.